All right, starting us off, the Capital Markets Authority has come under sharp criticism over the handling of the CYTONN investors who are on the verge of losing their investment. Members of Parliament from the Public Petition Committee now say the capital markets could have done better in handling the matter. Jimmy Mbogo was there and joins us with more. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
All right, now a very good afternoon to you, and as you rightfully said, today the issue that was being discussed in Parliament is the issue of CYTONN and the investment that Kenyans lost from now, and that we have the acting chair for this session, that is Mheshimiwa Walter Owino, who chaired this session that was engaging with the Capital Markets Authority as well as the receiver manager. Now, what we can say for sure is that the chances of 100% recovery of the funds that the investors put in this is looking very bleak, in terms of the receiver manager saying that their efforts are being frustrated, and of course we'll be giving you all those details in our subsequent bulletin. But for now, I want to engage the chair. Mheshimiwa, thank you so much for speaking to us. First of all, it was quite an engaging session that we have witnessed here. One of the things that we want to understand from the responses that you have seen from the CMA and also from the receiver manager, are you confident about what is going to happen to the investors and people who put money in CYTONN?
Yeah, one thing I've realized since I started dealing with this is that investors will get something. They will get some refund. We are headed somewhere. Just like you have mentioned, I am not sure whether they'll get 100% refund, but I believe investors who put their money into this thing will have to get some money back.
All right. Now, earlier on, you were engaging with the Capital Market Authority, and what was coming out of that session particularly is that CMA might have dropped the ball in some instances.
I realized with CMA that I don't know whether it is about regulations or what, but they have an issue. They are more they react more than being proactive. Yeah. They follow things after they have happened. But I believe as a regulatory body, they should have ways of, stopping these things or knowing some of these things before they happen. So CMA, we do not expect much from them. Yeah. They seem frustrated from the discussion we had here. But having listened to the receiver manager, I think investors can have some hopes.
Okay.
Yes. Now,
Mheshimiwa, before I let you go, and of course, when you hear the Capital Market Authority saying that CYTONN has tried to put efforts in place to gag them from speaking about this matter, then that sounds suspicious to you.
We would want to interrogate it more, but like I said, you may have realized that Capital Markets Authority, they came to cry. They actually never came here with solutions. They came and they started by telling us that these people, they have been taken to court by CYTONN, and they have so many cases, including even their MD being taken to court personally by CYTONN. So they are not helping us much. And I think it is an issue that as a parliament we need to look into. What are we supposed to do as parliament to empower this regulatory body? Because we have so many entities nowadays, so many people who are coming and pretending that they are able to help members of the public, invest, and while they end up just conning those members of the public.
All right, lastly, Mheshimiwa, what should Kenyans expect? People who put money in CYTONN, what should they expect? Of course, we are hearing about this frustration. These are people who have been crying. They have lost millions that they invested hoping to earn something from it. What should they expect from this committee?
We expect to, of course, do the right thing. We want to have a win-win situation. At this point, I also do not want to say that we have established that CYTONN conned anybody. That is why we are still asking for documents, for audit. We want the receiver manager to conduct a proper audit, to come back to us and tell us whether these properties that CYTONN are saying are available, are they really there, and what is the value of those properties. Then we look at the value of the properties vis-a-vis the amount of money that the investors are claiming they put in there. Then that is the point where we'll be able to say that somebody lost money or not. So at this point, mark my word, I do not want to say that CYTONN has conned anybody. Let us interrogate these people, let us get to the bottom of the matter, and then now we'll be talking about facts. That is the point. After we are done with interrogating everyone and seeing all the documents, then we'll be able to know whether it is true that money got lost or it is only something that happened the way CYTONN management, CYTONN CEO came and told us that he was affected by COVID. So we want to know whether whatever happened as a result of COVID, or there was a scheme to swindle, to get money to con members of the public. So we'll get to, we'll get to the bottom of all these things after listening to every player in it.
All right, thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, for taking the time to speak to KTN. And of course, now we'll be giving you more details about what transpired during this session. And also during our 9 p.m. bulletin, we should have more comprehensive details in terms of what has been said during this session. But again, just to remind you that from the receiver manager, one of the biggest thing that they're seeing about all the different facets of CYTONN is that there are the same partners that are all in all the boards, which is quite interesting. And of course, the fact still remains that some people have lost money during the investment that they did. But what next? So the question that we will be asking, of course, the chair during the next session is, was CYTONN too smart, or did CMA drop the ball? For now, back to you, Noah.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. That update on matter CYTONN. But moving on swiftly to